Back at Soldier Field, moments away from the start of the game between the Bears and the Bills. Time for our sideline report, brought to you by North Shore University Health System. Here's Lou Canellis. Lou, what do you got?
Sam, torrential downpour this afternoon, but the field was covered. They took the tarp off about an hour ago. It's in great shape, little slick on top. Some of the guys may be slipping and sliding tonight. The guys on the offensive line, the brand new offensive line for the Bears, may play longer than usual in that first preseason game. They could play more than a quarter. Matt Forte will start. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't even carry the football. Not a big deal. All of last year's preseason in 4 games combined, he had only 12 carries. We know what the guy can do. Let's keep him healthy. Back to you guys up top.
Thanks, Lou. As we get set for this first preseason game, Bears will kick it off. Now, there is a new rule in place this year where kickoffs can be from the 35-yard line, but the kicking team has the option here. And we were talking before the game with Lovie Smith, and he wants to see his guys in different situations. So it looks as if the Bears have opted to kick off from the 30-yard line.
Probably not going to happen in the regular season, right? Why do you give the offense 5 yards? But obviously they want to see who can cover.
Dave Tobe is the special teams coordinator, and certainly with a lot of new young players, he wants to see who might stand out on special teams. Robbie Gould to kick it off. Marcus Easley and Craig Buster Davis are deep for the Bills. And it's Easley from the 3. Brought down as he crosses the line. Take a look at the Bears on defense. The familiar 4-3. Anthony Adams is injured. Julius Peppers, Israel Adonijah had real good seasons last year. Melton and Tawina inside. The familiar Brian Urlacher, the leader on defense. Lance Briggs and Nick Roach, the starters. And the secondary, Tim Jennings in a battle with Zach Bowman for the starting job at left cornerback. Major Wright, the starter at free safety. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback. And the handoff to Fred Jackson. And Jackson takes it up to the 32-yard line. He picks up 5 on the play.
We're talking to Rod Marinelli before the game, and he was saying just how excited he was to get that front 4 for the Bears getting pushed up the field again. Matt Tawina did a good job of getting into the backfield and making the running back change course.
Rod Marinelli has done such a great job, has great respect from the players, does a great job teaching, and you see so many guys that have shown improvement on the defensive line. Fitzpatrick to put it up, gets time, and the ball is dropped by the tight end Scott Chandler. Good competition going on for the Bills at tight end. Ryan Fitzpatrick took over as the starter for the Bills at quarterback last year after week 3 when Trent Edwards was released, and had a pretty good season.
He did. He threw for 3,000 yards. First time someone's done that with the Bills since Drew Bledsoe. And Ryan, he's a heck of an athlete. Smart guy, went to Harvard, had a good start to his career over in Cincinnati, and then got this opportunity to start last year. Took advantage.
Here's 3rd and 5. Fitzpatrick and connects to Stevie Johnson, the number 1 receiver now for the Bills. Bills traded Lee Evans to the Baltimore Ravens for a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, you see Fitzpatrick starts over to the right, knows he's got a slant and single high coverage, plenty of time to get back inside to Stevie Johnson, who does a good job of working Charles Tillman up the field and then slipped him underneath on the slant route.
Bears defensively have some good competition on the inside at the tackle positions. Henry Melton and Matt Tawina starting tonight. We'll see the 2nd-round draft pick, Stephen Paya, later. There's a great defensive play by Henry Melton, stopping C.J. Spiller in the backfield for a loss. And the coaches have been raving about Henry Melton in training camp.
Look at the arms on that guy. Last year, that was half the size. He was 260, came in last year, Henry Melton did. Now, like you said, he's 295, and he's got some burst. He's got that burst that as a high school player, he was a running back. and really gets off the ball quickly, as you saw there.
Loss of 3 on that last play, 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Stevie Johnson. Couple of moves inside, and he's brought down. A lot of movement, very little on the gain. Well played by the Bears. Major Wright makes the tackle.
Sorry, Sammy. When you get penetration up front as a defensive line, this is the answer to it. The offense has got to slow you down somehow and make you start chasing the ball. You see the Bills that time got the run action going one way and the quick receiver screen back the other way, and the Bears are so good in pursuit, they were able to stop it for little or no gain.
DJ Moore in as a 5th defensive back for the Bears. 3rd and 11 for the Bills. Fitzpatrick gets good time but missed. He tried to hit David Nelson, 2nd-year man out of Florida,
who would have been short of the first down anyway. And that just, the Bears pass rush makes a quarterback edgy in the pocket. It seemed to me like Fitzpatrick had a little more time, could have looked down the field, but I think just the threat of it makes as a quarterback, makes you bring your eyes down a little bit lower.
Johnny Knox is deep to receive the punt of Brian Moorman, the veteran punter. A little bit of an off year last year. Bill's expecting him to bounce back this season. High snap and a good high kick by Moorman. Johnny Knox at the 16. And it's well covered. Knox fights his way up to the 19-yard line where he's brought down. And the Bears will go on offense for the first time in the game. 46-yard punt. Johnny Knox, 3-yard return. Bears offense on the field when we come back. The Bears invite you to text NFL to 8915 to get NFL Mobile. Only from Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the Chicago Bears. And there's the man we talked about right at the top, 6th year in the NFL, Jay Cutler. Last season, passing for over 3,200 yards, 2nd consecutive season with over 3,000 yards passing. I think a fellow by Kramer, named Kramer, was the other guy who did that for the Bears. On the end around, Devin Hester is taken out of bounds. Short pickup on the play. Give him 3 yards. Terrence McGee took him out. A look at the Bears offensively. Kellen Davis will get a close look at tight end with Greg Olson being traded off, and Roy Williams has been brought in to be the #1 receiver. On the offensive line, keep a close eye on Gabe Karimi. Roberto Garza has taken over as the starting center with Olin Kreutz leaving to go to New Orleans. And Jamarcus Webb has moved from right tackle to left tackle. And there's the 1st-round draft pick, Gabe Karimi, out of Wisconsin.
Love that first call, too, getting Hester involved early.
Cutler being chased. Shovels it off to Forte. And there's no gain on the play. Well covered by Andre Davis.
Yeah, I like the way you start the game. Mike Martz, this is what I'm used to seeing out of him. A reverse to start the game, a misdirection screen. You know, you got to keep your defense off balance. Never let him get comfortable. Matt Forte has a little trouble getting out of the backfield, but you know, a little impromptu play there by Jay.
See the pressure from number 99? That's Marcel Darius, the 3rd player picked overall in the NFL draft out of Alabama.
There's a screen, Sammy. They gave him a free pass.
3rd and 9. Cutler scrambling, and he's got the 1st down. I think that's one thing that was underrated about Jay last season, his ability to run and get out of trouble.
Well, and run appropriately. Here's a situation, everything, he's looking for the play to develop down the field. He just feels the rush, and you see the void there him step up into. It's man coverage by the Bills, so everybody's got their back to him, and Jay is a heck of an athlete. Got to work on the slide a little bit. He's used to hitting for those extra base hits. He's not used to sliding.
1st down at the 31. Chester Taylor in the backfield for the Bears. Taylor carrying. And he stopped after a short pickup and shoved back. Bills had all kinds of trouble stopping the run last season down near the bottom of the league. Chester Taylor in a battle with Marion Barber for that backup running spot.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be fun tonight. You mentioned Chester and Marion going to be going at this thing, but trying to establish the run game. You got the Bills running a 3-4 defense. Green Bay runs a 3-4. They see it a number of times a year, and they got to establish a run game. Mike Martz was very vocal about that in our pregame meeting, talking about he loves to run the football, run it hard.
Hester motions, 3 wide receivers for the Bears. Bennett, Hester, and Roy Williams. It's Chester Taylor, led by Roberto Garza. He picks up 3 on the play.
That was nice seeing Roberto replacing Olin Cruz, one of the most athletic centers, right, ever. And Roberto still required to get out there, get his heels going, and get up and lead that sweep outside from the center spot. You know, Roberto Garza is a good, experienced offensive lineman, played a lot of games in this league. 32 years old, 11th year, and the guy knows how to play football, and he's going to step in and try to fill those shoes for Olin, and so far doing a good job in camp.
Here's a 3rd and 6 for the Bears. Cutler steps up in trouble, flag on the play as Sean Merriman was being held on the pass rush. And we'll get the call from Jeff Triplett.
Holding 73 of the offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Good pressure on Cutler by the Bills up front.
Yeah, and you know, Jamarcus Webb has got his work cut out for him here. You see Merriman up at the top left of the screen. A good initial stab there, but then you see Merriman, he's got something left, right? He gets underneath that, gets his shoulder underneath, and you see Jamarcus Webb get his arm around his neck.
First punt of the game. This is by the new punter for the Bears, Adam Podlesh. Podlesh signed to a 5-year contract, replacing Brad Maynard as the #1 punter for the Bears. That one settles down at the 29-yard line. 41-yard punt. Right now, time for a look at the North Shore University Health System injury report. And for that, let's go down to the field to Luke Canellis.
Sam, this is not the way the Bears wanted to start the preseason. On the opening kickoff, defensive end Corey Wooten suffered a knee injury. He is out for the rest of the game. You, Eric Kramer, myself sat down with defensive coordinator Rod Marinelli prior to tonight's contest. He was just gushing about Wooten being part of that defensive end rotation. Big loss. Let's hope it's not serious.
Thanks, Lou. Yeah, no doubt about that. And that's, of course, the coach's biggest concerns. On the kickoff coverage, Corey Wooten gets injured. Bills' second possession. Fred Jackson trying to get outside. Tackle was missed on the play by Charles Tillman. And Jackson gets up to the 40-yard line. Following up, this is the list of injuries coming into tonight's game. Anthony Adams, rookie 6th-round draft pick J.T. Thomas, linebacker, who's injured and not scheduled to play. Chris Johnson, a linebacker, injured. And Corey Wooten hurt on the first play. That's the North Shore injury report. From the 40, a first down for the Bills. Fitzpatrick out of the shotgun, handing to Fred Jackson again. And he is stopped by the combination of Lance Briggs and Henry Melton. Pickup of 3 on the play, up to the 42-yard line.
Henry Melton again. You're gonna see him coming off the left side here. This is Melton right there. You're gonna see him cut right across the guard, or right across the tackle. Look at that. Had a nice feel for the open hole and filled it before the back got there.
Melton, as you pointed out,
play.
Bigger this year, looks a lot stronger up front. He was known for his quickness and his pass rush when he came to the Bears.
I've been watching him. He's still the first guy off the ball every play.
C.J. Spiller, with good quickness and speed, spins up to the 48-yard line. Spiller wearing a new number this season, number 28. He switched with his defensive teammate,
yep.
Leotis McKelvin.
Yeah, both first-round guys. A lot of jack to throw around over a number, right? The defense for the Bears, getting back to them, only gave up 90 yards on the ground a game last season. So no team's going to come in here and get a steady diet of running the ball up and down the field of these guys.
Brad Smith, who was signed as a free agent from the Jets, is in at quarterback. He's a quarterback wide receiver. Fitzpatrick is out wide to the right out of their Wildcat formation. Brad Smith carries, and he's got a first down. Very valuable, versatile player is Brad Smith.
You gotta have a change of pace. You know, like a pitcher in baseball. He's got a good fastball, maybe a curve. He'll duck in that slider every now and then, and that's what Brad Smith is. He's a nice change of pace, provided a lot of big plays over the years for the Jets, and now the Buffalo's got him in the same division, no less.
Yeah. Just across midfield, first down for the Bills. Fitzpatrick, that pass was tipped but caught by Stevie Johnson, who gets down to the 45-yard line. Charles Tillman on the coverage.
Yeah, Tillman's getting a little work. He missed a tackle earlier on this drive that extended this thing, and then you see the tip ball at the line there. In fact, Vernon Golston got his hand up.
That's a player the Bears want to look very closely at. Vernon Golston, who failed with the Jets. He was the 6th pick overall in the draft in 2008. Failed with the Jets, and the Bears taking a close look at him. Fitzpatrick connects with C.J. Spiller out of the backfield. Down the 35-yard line.
Good play design that time by the Bills. They put the running back out there in the slot there, Spiller. He got him matched up against, you know, arguably one of the best outside linebackers in the game, in Lance Briggs. You see him just take the slant route right inside. As big and strong and athletic as Lance Briggs is, he's no match in space for C.J. Spiller.
Bills have been mixing it up on offense. Fitzpatrick steps up and throws deep, and incomplete, flag on the play. Donald Jones, the intended receiver, was bumped by Tim Jennings.
Actually, I think it was Tim Jennings got bumped by Donald Jones. The ball was in the air. Let's see here.
Pass interference, offense, number 19. The 10-yard penalty, first down.
Like the call.
They call that taking your shot, Sammy. You see the Fitzpatrick's late getting the ball out there. Jennings is in perfect spot. And then Donald Evans had no chance, no other opportunity, no chance, really no other choice but to get Jennings out of the way and prevent the interception. Good disguise. I tell you what led to that was a good disguise by Chris Harris to jump the tight end late in the route and force Fitzpatrick to go out to a single coverage late.
Ball back to the Bears 45, 1st and 20 for the Bills. Fitzpatrick connects. A hard hit on the play. Pass to the tight end Scott Chandler. Tim Jennings gets in with a good pop after an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, how great is that? That's Bears football. A little short pass in the flat. There ends up 5 guys going to be on the tight end here. And the biggest pop, I think, is provided by right there, Tim Jennings. Like Chris Harris got a little piece of that as well.
Everybody got him. Harris was there. Jennings was there. Ball at the Bears 37. DJ Moore blitzing from the outside. It's picked up, complete to Chandler. He lunges forward to the 32-yard line. Major Wright with a tackle. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Name of the game, Sammy. If you're going to blitz the quarterback and play zone cover behind it, you've got to make that tackle for a short game when the ball comes out. Major Wright, who we had the spotlight on to start the game, did an excellent job of covering a lot of ground when the ball was in the air and keeping that to a short game.
Empty backfield for the Bills. Everybody wide. Here's 3rd and 8. Have to get to the 25 for a first down. Short to Spiller out of the backfield. He's wrapped up and brought down short of the first down. Good tackle on the play by the middle linebacker, Brian Urlacher.
You said it, Sam. Urlacher here is in zone coverage. They 3rd and 8. They know they got a little ground to give up. You see Urlacher at the top of the screen. Watch him take on the guard, the tackle, and they still make the tackle right there on C.J. Spiller, who's a heck of an open field running back. 12 years, some Pro Bowls, Hall of Fame in the making. That's why.
44-yard field goal try coming up. Ryan Lindell, who's been an outstanding kicker in the league for many years, and puts this one through. So the Bills are stopped, and settled for a field goal. First score of the
Bears preseason football is brought to you by North Shore University Health System, Chase, Miller Lite, and United Airlines.
Here's tonight's Toyota Fan Zone question. Which team will be the Bears' toughest non-divisional opponent this season? Falcons, Saints, Eagles, Chargers. To vote, text Toyota space and A, B, C, or D to 69050. Ryan Lindell kicks it off from the 35 as the Bills opt to kick from the 35. Johnny Knox on the return from the goal line. He's got an opening. Great speed. He needs one block. And he is brought down at the Bills' 30-yard line. Great return of 70 yards by Johnny Knox. Aaron Williams brought him down, saving a touchdown for Buffalo.
Wow. Don't miss your opportunity to catch this guy. The Bills looked like they had a shot early right there. And then that was it. Johnny Knox runs about 4-0. And if you've given an opening, he's going to hit it. This is a great job of getting north-south fearless. No sidestepping right there. Just put your foot in the ground and go.
Caleb Haney is in at quarterback. Jay Cutler is done. As the Bears start from the Bills' 29. And Chester Taylor is dropped for a loss of a yard on the play. Right now, the plan for the Bears is Johnny Knox kickoff return, Devin Hester punt return. That could change a little bit, but Johnny Knox, who is in a battle with Roy Williams for playing time at wide receiver, with his great speed, Danielle Manning gone, he could be a key man for the Bears.
Well, you saw it right there. I mean, this guy is explosive. Get him explosive. He's got one-on-one right now out on the corner.
Three wide receivers. Haney being rushed and brought down. Sean Merriman. And the Bills hoping Sean Merriman can make a big comeback. He's been injured the last 3 years. They picked him up last season, and they're looking for pass rush from him.
He was working with Jay Glazer from Fox in the offseason on some MMA stuff. Obviously getting his hand chopped, right? GJ right there on the sideline. Had the little screen pass. Got in, got a little work on. And now he's done for the night. But Merriman, you know, what a great addition he would be to Buffalo if he can return to any kind of form he had in San Diego when he was healthy.
Bears shift, and Kellen Davis, the tight end, wound up in the backfield. Haney in trouble. Merriman got him again.
Look to me, Sammy, the last couple of sacks there looked like coverage sacks. Caleb Haney gets caught holding the ball here a little long. When the ball doesn't come out, you see Jamarcus Webb up on the top. They pass it off. The ball just doesn't get delivered on time. Caleb gets holding the ball. You see up top there, he had a shot. He had a shot early out there. Up top to Sam Hurd, who ran a nice out route. Just got to anticipate that and throw it.
Bears push back and have opted to punt. Adam Podlesh is in. High kick, fair catch, wave 4 at the 15-yard line. So the Bears waste a big opportunity starting at the Bills' 29-yard line. Caleb Haney got sacked twice, and the Bills take over leading 3-0.
Find out how you can win tickets to the Miller Lite Party Deck for every Bears home game at MillerLitePartyDeck.com. The Chicago Bears proudly choose the great taste of Miller Lite as their official beer.
The Chicago Bears Network is home to your official Bears pregame show. Join Lou Canellis, Jeff Joniak, and Tom Thayer for Bears Game Day Live, brought to you by Subway every Sunday morning at 10:30 during the season on Fox Chicago. Bills start from their 15. Bears have made a couple of changes. Vernon Golston, we told you, is in for Julius Peppers on the defensive line. Brian Ewu replaces Brian Urlacher. The short pass up to the 30-yard line to Johnny White, the rookie running back out of North Carolina. Tyler Thigpen is in at quarterback. for the Bills as Mike Martz talking to Caleb Haney about those last 2 sacks.
Yeah, this was the last play. They're on the sideline, and I think Mark is talking to him about, hey, the coverage rotated away from Sam Hurd. Your eyes got to go there right now, and you can see Haney was distracted in the pocket there, and that caused the sack.
Tyler Thigpen, who formerly played for Chan Gailey in Kansas City. Here's Johnny White, brought down at the 23-yard line. White, a 5th-round draft pick out of North Carolina, and they hope he could develop into a good 3rd down back. He was North Carolina's leading rusher last year.
Yeah, he's got a good pair of hands on him too. He had 47 catches over his career, and you see Chan Gailey right there. Got a great offensive mind. Back to his days in Pittsburgh, and knows how to use weapons. You get him weapons, he'll figure out how to use them.
2nd year as head coach of the Bills. Here's 3rd and a yard. Off the fake, it's Brad Smith on the Wildcat formation, and he runs for the 1st down. And got shoved out of bounds and came up muddy. Brad Smith, a good free agent pickup. He can throw the ball, he can catch the ball, and he can run the ball.
They do a nice job right here of sealing Brian Ewu to the inside. And Brad Smith, you get him a 3rd and short. This looks like something they like to do. 3rd and 2 or less, put Brad Smith in the game in that Wildcat.
A couple of changes at linebacker for the Bears. Dom DeSico, rookie out of Pittsburgh, undrafted, but they have high hopes for him. And Patrick Trahan, 1st-year man out of Mississippi, in for the Bears. Pressure on Thigpen, and the pass incomplete. Diving effort by Major Wright.
Good inside push that time, Sam, by the defensive line. Not really forcing him to step up, but just pushing the wall of the defense back into Tyler Thigpen's lap. And this is one thing you don't want to do as a quarterback, is throw late. Watch this. Watch Tawina and the rest of that line get a little push, and then you don't want to make that kind of throw as a quarterback falling backward.
That was Vernon Golston, who's playing with his hand down last couple of years with the Jets. They moved him to outside linebacker in the 3-4. Now he's back to hand on the ground as a defensive end. Nick Roach and Brian Ewu and the linebackers back in, and Thigpen is dropped by the 2 linebackers.
Ewu shot the gap that time, vacated, felt the hole. Nobody peeled around to get him. He had a nice clean shot at the running back. And that's the thing, is you expect to see some missed tackles, because they haven't had it. We talked about it in the open. You haven't had a lot of live contact, a lot of practice altogether. You'd expect to see some missed tackles, but Ewu did a good job that time of bringing his feet and finishing the tackle.
Here's 3rd and 13 for the Bills. Work out of the shotgun. Bears with 5 defensive backs. Thigpen throws too high. That time he tried to hit Brad Smith, who was in at wide receiver. Good defensive series for the Bears.
Forced a couple of bad throws there, and that's what a little pressure will do that. Thigpen, threw that one high, and Brad Smith kind of alligator on him a little bit. He looked more comfortable behind the center than he does outside going across the middle.
Johnny Knox getting a lot of return work. He's back to receive the punt of Brian Moorman. Knox comes up, takes it at the 35. Couple of good moves. Nice return by Johnny Knox, who's having a good game. Good kickoff return, good punt return. Johnny Knox showing what he can do. Good field position.
Bears preseason football is presented by Chase, the official bank of the Bears since 1934.
For Chicago's best coverage, watch Fox Chicago News at 9, weeknights with Bob Surratt and Robin Robinson. Bears start from the 48-yard line. Caleb Haney, the quarterback. Marion Barber, number 24, former Dallas Cowboys, in at running back with Eddie Williams, the fullback. This is Barber. Nice move. Broke a tackle, and he picks up 11 on the play, a 1st down.
We talked about in the open how this is going to be a kind of a non-traditional first game. You see here Barber takes the snap, got a nice open hole. What I was getting to was the offensive line is still in the game. Which in a normal season, by the first game this time, you'd see him out. And you see there the Dallas, all the guys came over.
New Bears, Roy Williams, wide receiver. Sam Hurd, a special teams ace with Dallas, but also a wide receiver. And Marion Barber, who had some really good years at Dallas. I think the one thing that the players loved about him is how hard he worked and how hard he plays.
How hard he runs. He brings a toughness that it's almost like he sells out every single run. And you can't have enough of that type of attitude on your team. Sam Hurd, going back to him, on the last punt return by Johnny Knox, did a heck of a job on the outside gunner.
And Roy Williams on the sideline. Haney on the draw play. Barber, another strong run. Tripped up as he gets across the 30, and the fans cheer him. He's in a battle with Chester Taylor for the number 2 running spot.
It's kind of nice to see your back not get touched till he's 8 yards downfield, right? Good job of passing things off. Heck of a block there by the fullback, Eddie Williams, to spring Barber for over a 10-yard gain.
So as the coaches told us before the game, that offensive line will play a lot, and they're still in there, the starting offensive line. Desmond Clark re-signed by the Bears in the preseason. That pass connects with Johnny Knox inside the 20. And the Bears moving with good running and a nice pass from Haney to Knox.
And Johnny Knox working against a pretty good corner over there. Leotis McKelvin runs a slant route. Watch how patient Caleb Haney is, sticking that ball in the window. Johnny Knox had to take a little extra time. Caleb showed a little patience. That was excellent by both those guys.
Let's look at the Sports Authority red zone. The Bears at the Bills 18. Off the delay, it's Barber. Short pickup as he fights his way down to the 16-yard line. We're early second quarter, a little under 10 minutes remaining second quarter. Bears trailing 3-0. But you're seeing some of the new additions to the Bears, and that's what the coaches want to get a look at. Mike Martz, the offensive coordinator.
This is fun. I mean, we're deep into the second quarter now. Both offenses first units for the majority. It's good 75-80% of both of them are still out there. So this is more like the ones going against the ones.
It's Barber. And he runs right into the quarterback, bounces off a couple of tacklers, out of bounds, inside the 10, down at the 6-yard line.
That guy belongs in Chicago, doesn't he? I mean, that's the way to run the football as a Chicago Bear.
He ran into Aaron Williams, a rookie cornerback.
Got a nice block there from Chris Williams. But that's why Marion Barber has been so good for these years, how tough he is.
Drayton Florence is a veteran defensive back. First and goal, Bears at the 6. Off the play fake. Haney looking. And the pass is dropped. Intended for Matt Spaeth, another new Chicago Bear. The tight end signed away from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's, you know, okay, the Bears got rid of Greg Olsen, and he's been a great receiver here in Chicago for a few years, but just did not fit into the overall scheme of things as far as what a tight end needs to do here in Chicago, and namely that is block and move the front line of scrimmage in the run game. Matt Spaeth is a much bigger tight end and capable of doing that.
Second and goal. Barber gets about a yard on the play as he crosses the 5-yard line.
And this is a tough call down here. It's the 3rd and 5. You're on the 5-yard line. It's a little too far out to run the ball. And so, you know, and you got the back of the end. You only got a short amount of space to work with. This is one of the toughest calls in the game for an offensive coordinator.
What did you like to throw here?
Well, you're going to have to spread them out. And you're going to have to try to get a matchup where you've got somebody coming inside, hopefully gets a linebacker.
2 tight ends. Sam Hurd motions on 3rd and goal. Haney running for it. Touchdown! Caleb Haney, he always performs well in preseason, doesn't he?
He sure does, and he has to. he's come in. Mike Martz has kind of put him on the spot this year and said, hey, you've got to perform. They asked him, hey, is he a solid, is this his backup job? He said, well, we'll see. And that's the kind of play Caleb Haney needs to continue to make. He's had great preseasons in the past, and that's part of what he does is run the football well.
Adam Potlesh is the new holder for Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould's extra point is good, and the Bears take the lead. On a good punt return to set up good field position, Caleb Haney with good running from Marion Barber set up this run for the touchdown on scoring drive, 9 plays, 52 yards, and Caleb Haney with a 4-yard touchdown run. Marion Barber 6 carries, 36 yards on that drive.
That's the guy. 6 of those 9 plays, man. This guy toted it. Think about it. What a great choice that is to go to in the middle of a game and spell Matt Forte possibly getting tough yards like that and yet never slowing down the tempo of the offense.
I shortchanged them one. We had it up there as 6 for 37. Robbie Gould's kickoff. Brought back by Marcus Easley. Fought off one tackle, and Vernon Golston was there. Ball came loose, and the Bears say they have it. They do. Greg Stelz with a recovery. At the Bills' 27-yard line.
Marcus Easley's a big, strong receiver, about 6'1", 225. Hasn't had a lot of experience because he's been injured, and you look and see him carrying the ball so loosely. I kept thinking this thing's got to come out of here, and eventually the Bears are so good at stripping the ball. That's exactly what happened.
It was a good play by Vernon Golston, and it was pulled out. Oh, a penalty on the
Number
Bears.
28 was behind the 5-yard mark on the kickoff. It's a 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
All right, so wipe out that play on the flag. It was Sam Hurd who pulled the ball loose. And Craig Stelz recovered the fumble, but it's all for naught.
Dallas connection is showing up big tonight, huh? Sam Hurd.
Bears special teams looking very good. A couple of good returns. Kickoff return, punt return, and this last coverage.
Dave Tove's got to be just ecstatic right now, like you said, with the performance so far of the special teams. How about that rule change, Sammy?
The kickoff?
No, where the guy lining up.
Oh, can't be more than 5 yards behind. They don't want him getting up this
running
huge
start.
burst of speed.
Which, we didn't talk about really why this rule change came into being, but the reason the league is given for moving the ball up to the 35 is they're trying to create more player safety. By number, most of the injuries that occur are on the kickoff coverage unit, and therefore they're trying to create more touchbacks.
Now the Bears opted to kick from the 30 with that penalty. They're now back to the 25-yard line. Robbie Gould line drive, and the low liner rolling toward the sideline, but is picked up by Marcus Easley, and he is shoved out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Bears doing a lot of good things in this game. Mike Tice's offensive line has been working hard. Watch Bears on Demand exclusively from Xfinity. More choice, more control, more entertainment with Xfinity from Comcast. That's our first down line, brought to you by Lexus, and we thank them for joining us. The Bills will start from the 29-yard line. Some changes for the Bears. In on the defensive line, Amobe Okoye, fifth-year man out of Louisville, who the Bears signed as a free agent from the Houston Texans. On the carry, Johnny White got back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Good work up front. Vernon Golston getting a lot of playing time and has been noticeable. Marcus Harrison, number 99, in at defensive tackle. There's Golston.
Arguably the deepest position on the roster, right, Sam, is defensive line, period. But inside with the tackles, you move Amobe Okoye in, Golston on the outside. You can change the players, But the run reaction on that defensive unit, Rod Marinelli's got them coached up, and they're looking excellent.
Nick Reed, number 70, second-year man out of Oregon, played with Seattle. The Bears picked him up off waivers. He's in at defensive end. Brad Smith in the Wildcat formation, throwing short to Marcus Easley, but it was incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bills.
You know, this game, I'm pretty impressed. You know, because teams have only had about maybe 10 or 12 practices, and you've not seen a lot of missed tackles, a lot of missed assignments, not a lot of penalties. It's been pretty well played, I think.
So the veterans Cutler and Urlacher on the sideline. Number 47, Chris Conte, in at center for the Bears. 3rd-round draft pick out of Cal. Big Pen flushed out of the pocket and running for it. Good tackle on the play by Mike Holmes, a rookie out of Syracuse.
This is going to be awfully
and he
close.
Just made the 1st down.
I bet if this was a regular season game, you might review this spot here. I don't know. It's hard to tell from that angle, but I think his forearm went down a little earlier than what they spotted it.
Spotted at the 39, 1st down for the Bills. Brad Smith in, working out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right. And Smith running. And he runs well into Bears territory down on the 48-yard line.
Now they just lost contain. You know, just straight, no handoff, no nothing, just to run around the left end. That you just have to think that's a blown assignment. If somebody was responsible for that outside edge, didn't set it.
Well, we're seeing the Bills use Brad Smith a lot, becoming a big part of their offense. Tyler Thigpen is the quarterback. Johnny White gets a couple of yards on the play. Ryan Iwu and Dom DeSico in on the tackle. Dom DeSico, number 58, an interesting story. Similar to Brian Urlacher, he was a safety in college, and now he's put on some weight and looking to make it as a backup linebacker. Urlacher came out of New Mexico as an All-America safety, turned star linebacker, All-Pro linebacker. DeSico trying to make it out of Pitt. Thigpen throws, and the ball is dropped. That's an incomplete pass. Sean Nelson, the intended receiver.
Bill's got some opportunities there. That's a pass that should have been caught.
That's Buster Davis. My apologies on the call.
Came over from the Chargers, but they got rid of Lee Evans, traded him to the Ravens yesterday or today, and for a 4th-round pick. Talking about they've got a lot of depth at receiver, and Nick's the general manager said we don't want to get rid of one of the young guys just because we had too many veterans, so they got rid of Lee Evans.
3rd and 8, working out of the shotgun is Thigpen. Bears rush 4. Thigpen's pass is complete. Down to the Bears' 34-yard line. Pass complete to Naaman Roosevelt.
See him, Naaman just runs up, sits in the empty zone, and created because Tyler Thigpen had good protection by his offensive line. And Bears were not able to put any pressure that time. They're just sat back. Marinelli talked about, we're not going to do a lot of blitzing tonight. We just want to see what some of these young guys can bring from a one-on-one pass rush perspective.
1st down at the Bears' 35. White. Inside handoff. Good run. Hard run by White.
Rod was talking about before the game, they put in, 1 or 2 blitzes,
right.
1 nickel blitz. He said the rest of it, we're playing cover 3 and a little man. That's it.
Amobi Okoye, number 91, the free agent the Bears signed.
Boy, he is rocked up, isn't he? Jeez.
He is one strong guy.
24
years old. It's his 5th year in the NFL.
Jeez.
2nd and 4. White gets outside, slips as he crosses the 25. The Chicago Bears Network presents the Bears All Access Radio Show, brought to you by Sports Authority. The next show is Monday at 6 p.m. Scheduled to appear are Jay Cutler and Caleb Haney on WSCR 670, The Score. Penalty on the play sets the Bills back to the 39-yard line.
Amobi Okoye was 19 years old, Sam, when he got drafted out of Louisville as a junior. Came into high school. In high school, he was 12 years old going into the 9th grade.
Still 2nd down, ball at the 39. Thigpen brought down as he tried to run for it. Winston Venable.
Good hustle that time by Vernon Golson again.
And Marcus Harrison is shaken up on the play. And that's something the Bears don't want to see.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by North Shore University Health System. 4 hospitals, a vast physician network, and more than 75 medical offices. At North Shore University Health System, excellence is all around you.
Time to taste greatness with Miller Lite Bears Facts. Jake Cutler followed up a productive 2009 season. In 2010, he became the first quarterback in Bears history to pass for 3,000 plus yards in consecutive seasons. Only one other Bears quarterback in team history has topped the 3,000 yard mark in any 2 seasons. That man's next to me, Eric Kramer.
Tick time. I was going to guess. It was me.
Yeah. No, we want to say good things about you.
Attaboy. Keep them coming.
3rd and long. Harrison walked to the sideline, a little wobbly. Good pressure from Laptad, Jake Laptad, rookie out of Kansas. An undrafted rookie getting a chance. Number 79, he chased Thigpen out of bounds.
This is a good game inside here, Sammy. You don't want to rely totally on this, but watch these 2 tackles in here switch, and they get the pressure coming up in the middle. Okoye just needs to keep that thing moving to the outside. He's got to trust that someone's going to flush him out, and he needs to be there.
92, there's Marcus Harrison being checked out by the medical staff on the sideline. Amobi Okoye's looked good. Stephen Paez in the game as well.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by Verizon, Subway, Lexus, and Sports Authority.
Let's go to Luke Canellis for a sideline report brought to you by North Shore University Health System. Luke.
Sam, they're working on Marcus Harrison right behind me, working on his neck area. Looked like he also had his bell rung. This is a big preseason for Harrison. He came into camp out of shape, 11 pounds heavy. Actually didn't work out the first 3-4 days until he got himself to the playing weight that Lovie Smith wanted him at. He's a 3rd-round pick a few years ago. He doesn't play well over the next couple of preseason games. Who knows what might happen? He needs to be out there.
Thanks, Lou. The last play was credited as a sack to the Bears. Mormon with a punt. Earl Bennett deep lets it go, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. There's a flag on the play. A couple of flags we will check out. Looks like a holding call.
I'm going to grab Chris Conte for wrestling the receiver to the ground here. Overzealous by Chris, trying to make a play.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, number 47. That penalty is enforced from the 20-yard line. 10 yards, 1st down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. Bears with a 7-3 lead. We'll start from the 10-yard line. Back at Soldier Field with just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Bears offensive line has played the entire first half. They're still out there as the Bears go on offense from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, good last series, right? Running the football, Marion Barber breaking tackles, offensive line was passing things off and creating holes. And Caleb Haney here has got a nice opportunity. You don't get a lot of these in the preseason. Got a chance to run the 2-minute drill here with a full complement of good players around him.
And as you said, with fewer practices now in training camp, these guys need the work.
Yeah, who knows how many of these things they got in training camp so far.
3 wide receivers. Marion Barber carries, slashing hard off tackle. He gets 7 on the play.
What I love about him is that whoever gets there first from the defense, he's going to make him earn it. You know what I mean? Give him a little crease, but that first guy that comes up there is going to pay the price.
Bills stop the clock. Call a timeout. Bears with a 7-3 lead. That young lady is in mid-season form.
She's ready. That whole row's ready.
2nd and 2 for the Bears. Haney out of the shotgun. Quick release to Earl Bennett. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line. First down for the Bears.
That's good stuff. Way to stand in there against an unblocked guy in a blitz. Throw it right through his face, right over the top. Good accurate throw. They bring it heat off the edge to Caleb's left. Look at that. Sticks it right on Earl Bennett. In stride, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Good first couple of plays of this 2-minute drive. How about this offense, huh? No penalties tonight. Looking sharp as a tack.
Not sloppy. Empty backfield. Desmond Clark motions.
No one's on Clark.
That pass was tipped. Clark couldn't stop his momentum and twist the other way to try and catch it.
I hate to be calling the plays as they're happening, Sammy, but here's a free guy, 12-year vet, Desmond Clark. No one goes with him.
I thought that pass might have been tipped.
Let's hope. Yeah, it did.
I think so.
It did. Gosh darn it.
I think Spencer Johnson got a finger on it. 2nd and 10.
Good play call.
Bears have 5 tight ends in camp. Desmond Clark, the veteran, brought back. Haney pressured, and they got him. Down at the 20-yard line, Spencer Johnson. The veteran, 8-year veteran out of Auburn. His 4th year with the Bills. Caleb Haney, who stepped into a tough situation in the NFC Championship game and did a nice job.
He did.
Trying to rally the Bears back.
He certainly did. Brought him back, almost did it at the end. What, they have a 4th down up around the 30-yard line, right? Couldn't get it done, but he came in and showed a lot of grit. That's his game, right? We see it every preseason. Backs against the wall, he comes out, he makes a run, he makes a throw. Good, tough young player.
And this is when he gets his chance to play the most, and he's got to make the most of that opportunity.
Like to see him, he got a long 3rd down here, so this is a tough one to get. Love to see him start getting back quick, get that ball coming out and being a little bit more decisive.
Have to get to the 35 for a first down. He rolls. Looking downfield, throws it away. So the Bears forced to punt. Bills will have some time to try and get something done. Behind Caleb Haney, the Bears have 5th-round draft pick Nathan Enderle out of Idaho and an undrafted rookie out of UTEP, Trevor Vidito. So it's Haney's job to hold on to.
That's right. That's right. Got to do it every year, man. It's this business. They bring you in, they look to replace you as soon as they get your name on a locker.
Podlesh with a good high punt, bounces near the sideline, and the Bears down it. Brian Ewu grabs it at the Bills 44. Get your day started with Good Day Chicago. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. where they're putting the news back into morning news. There was a flag on the play. Ineligible man
members of the kicking
downfield.
team downfield on the punt. Number 38. It's a 5-yard penalty to be assessed from the end of the kick.
Well, a couple of penalties on special teams.
Let's get a report from the sideline from Luke Canellis. Lou, what's going on?
Sam, I just wanted to follow up on Haney. He had a real bad practice Thursday night in Bourbonnais. Actually threw 5 interceptions in that one practice alone. So I'd rather see him throw the football away or take the sack instead of throwing the football into the hands of a Buffalo Bill. Also, update on Marcus Harrison. He has a shoulder injury, questionable as to whether he'll come back or not.
What are we talking about? It's practice. What are you talking about, Lou? It's practice.
From the 49-yard line, Thigpen's pass too high, intended for Craig Davis.
Tyler Thigpen's a good athlete. I saw him a couple years ago in Kansas City. The only reason I say that, my young son's team, Dylan, I cannot get over the fact that he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But Tyler Thigpen, for the last couple years, or when he was in Kansas City, showed a lot of promise. Got an opportunity to play there and really did well.
How did your son become
know.
a Kansas City Chiefs fan? Thigpen's pass behind the intended receiver.
Maybe he felt neglected or something and wanted to show his dad that, you know, pay attention to me more or something. I don't know.
Felton Huggins, the intended receiver, brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Bills. The Bears have, you had a look at Mike Holmes, who's in. Number 48, Craig Stelz, Chris Conte, Corey Graham, and Zach Bowman.
Now, in a regular season game, Sam, you'd see a zone blitz most likely out of here. Get him to throw the ball quick and tackle him before he gets to the 10-yard down marker. Probably not going to see that right now.
Empty backfield for the Bills. Pressure and the tackle by Okoye. Amobi Okoye brings the cheers from the crowd, and that's something that Rod Marinelli wants to see. Pressure from the inside.
On cue, Amobi Okoye right down here at the bottom. The left guard or right guard takes a terrible pass set. But look at that. That's a veteran guy. Gives him a head stab inside. Just gives up the field. You can't have enough good pass rushers.
Pete Mansfield Rotto on the play. And Okoye could be a big signing for the Bears.
Heck yeah, smart, good looking. Come on, guys, the whole package.
Former 1st-round draft pick. He was the 10th player picked overall in the 2007 draft by the Houston Texans. Julius Peppers and Israel Adonijah, the 2 defensive ends, the 2 starting defensive ends.
How about this guy right here, Adonijah? 8 sacks in his entire 6-year career before he shows up, and then last year ends up getting 8 sacks. That's the Peppers factor.
Flags fly before the play. Looked like might have been a false start.
27 to the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Don't get me wrong, Israel Adonijah's got some great talent on his own. Big guy, 6'6", plenty of length, works hard, hustles, learns, got a great mentor and coach in Rod Marinelli, that just shows you the effect of a guy like Julius Peppers on one side and how he can open up things for the end on the other side.
Mormon's punt. Earl Bennett from the 11. Good return. Boy, the returns for the Bears have been outstanding in this game. Johnny Knox and now Earl Bennett. Last year, the Bears played the Bills in regular season up in Toronto. The Bears were coming off a bye week, and they really got their season going.
And 2 losses prior to the bye.
They rolled off 5 straight wins. Jay Cutler had 2 touchdown passes. Good pressure by the Bears defensively. The tip ball, the interception by Chris Harris. But the Bears went on to have a strong second half.
They like the international stage in Canada.
Desmond Clark off the short pass from Caleb Haney takes it down to the Bills. 42. Bears called timeout with 21 seconds remaining in the half.
Hey, good, smart player. That's the tight end's job in this offense, is to be a good outlet. Desmond Clark right there in his 13th year came up big.
No, for the Bills, that was their 8th straight loss. They went 0-8. Then they reeled off 4 wins in the next 6 games, had 2 losses to end the season, finished 4-12. But they felt optimistic, and they're hopeful to be better. This is a team that's not going to challenge for the division lead in the AFC East,
Not
but
likely,
they
right,
hope to
with
be
the
better.
Patriots and the Jets, but no doubt. I mean, they got a lot of good young talent on this team, and if they can get guys like Sean Merriman and Nick Barnett, a couple of guys that were waived by their team, you know, Nick's a heck of a linebacker.
And Marcel Darius.
Marcel Darius, good young guy from Alabama. They've got some talent.
Here's Haney out of the shotgun. He's got time, and he's got a man. Earl Bennett, it's through his hands. He had Bennett inside the 10. There's a flag on the play, and we'll check that out. Maybe against the Bills.
Good strong throw.
Holding. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Spencer Johnson called defensive holding, giving the Bears a first down.
Watch Caleb Haney here, does a nice job. The offensive line does a good job. Guards the ducks down, feels the quarterback step up. Would have been a great catch, no doubt. Haney pumps the safety, keeps him in the middle there.
Ball at the Bills' 38-yard line with 15 seconds to go. Dane Sanzenbacher is in. Number 18, the pass for Sam Hurd, too high, incomplete. 9 seconds remaining in the half. A field goal try here would be 56 yards. But, and Robbie Gould's coming out.
I was about to say they might have time to take another shot just like the one they took. Got to be on the sideline with no timeouts.
Gould's career
54,
best, 54.
Right? Extended by 2.
Adam Podlesh, the holder.
It's summer. He's excited. He's jacked up. Let's go.
Let's see.
Been holding out for football for the last 4 months.
Patrick Manley, the long snapper. It's on the way. And it's no good. It was long enough. It was wide. It never hooked in. He didn't have that draw on it. Never came in.
It's that 165-yard 7-iron. It just doesn't quite make it.
Good try. Good distance. Strong leg by Robbie Gould, but it stays outside.
Good effort.
Well, you know what? Good to know that he's got that leg that he can go from that far.
Yeah, I mean, it came out low. It's a long driving, you know, that's the kind that sometimes will get blocked. Would have been a nice thing to put on the resume, right?
Yes. 4 seconds remaining in the half.
Mr. Excitement there, Chan Gailey.
Lovey, oh, he wanted that. He said, oh, man, that was close. Kneel down by Thigpen. First half has come to an end. Bears offense showed some good signs. Jay Cutler got his work in with a couple of series early. Matt Forte played 1 series. Special teams outstanding for the Bears. Good returns. We've reached the end of the first half. The Bears lead the Bills in the preseason opener. Final preseason game, September the 1st, will be at home against the Cleveland Browns. Bears open up with a very tough regular season, and starting with the Atlanta Falcons.
Saints, right? Then Green Bay in week 3.
Here's the guy who's competing for a spot. Khalil Bell. He'll get a chance to return. Running back.
Hey, he looked good last preseason. He's another guy that's going to come in here tonight, get some opportunities, I'm sure. Good, tough all-around back, good stout inside runner, but elusive and good on the perimeter, good in space, good receiver.
Bills kick it off from the 35. Ryan Lindell to kick it off. Bell drops the ball. It goes out of bounds for a touchback. The Bears will start from the 20-yard line to start the second half. And we get a look at Nathan Enderle, number 10, the rookie out of Idaho, 5th-round draft pick. He's 6'4", 240. 23 years old.
Quick call, but it's a run.
Will Tafau is the fullback. The handoff, Khalil Bell. And Bell gets 3 on the play.
You mentioned Nathan Enderle. There's 6'4", 240. Man, he was standing in the right line when they were handing out genetics, right? Gosh, I'm 6 feet. My best day, I was probably 208 pounds or something.
Caleb Haney, 3 for 7 in the first half, but led the touchdown drive and scored on a 4-yard run.
Probably missed a couple of opportunities you wish you would have had back.
It's Bell again, breaking a tackle, bouncing off tacklers, and a good effort by Khalil Bell up to the 34-yard line, the first down. Arthur Moats on the tackle. Nice run by Khalil Bell.
Okay, so really good block there by number 86, Kyle Adams. Here he goes, cutting across the formation. Gets a piece of the linebacker there, and nobody hits Bell until he's 7-8 yards down the field. Well, watch this. Just keep the legs going. Good, tough, active runner.
Dane Sanzenbacher in at wide receiver. That's Bell again. Found the opening, gets up to the 39-yard line.
Gotta love running backs when they hit and make contact, Sammy, and then the pile goes forward. Punish the first guy that gets there and at least get the pile moving forward. So instead of a 2nd and 3, there's a 2nd and 5 now.
Bears picked him up off waivers in 2009 from Minnesota. He was undrafted coming out of college, went to UCLA. 3rd year in the NFL. Will Tafau is the fullback. Enderle, deep drop, and they've got him. Sacked back at the 26-yard line. Make it the 28-yard line is where they spot it.
Well, a little different in terms of elusiveness when it comes to him and Caleb and Jay. You see Mike Tice there. Great offensive line coach, ex-tight end with the Vikings, played when I played, and just done a great job really molding this offensive line from last year to the short amount of time he's had this year.
3rd and 16. They set up the screen pass to Bell, and Khalil Bell with a first down and a whole lot more. Down to the Buffalo 45-yard line. And Khalil Bell is showing up in a hurry.
Really not a
7-yard gain.
Yeah, Sam, really not a lot of blocking on 3rd and 16. You think they got to block somebody. Well, watch Levi Horn out here, 79. He throws and doesn't block anybody, and Khalil Bell just makes the guy miss. And I tell you, he worked out. I saw him work out coming out of college, and just for as thick as he is, to be as quick-footed as he is impressive.
Here's Bell, no gain on the play. Second offensive line is in for the Bears, and keep your eyes on number 67 at center. That's Chris Spencer. The Bears signed him as a free agent. There he is in the middle of your screen. Gave him a real good contract. But we were talking to Mike Martz before the game. Martz says he's way behind because he doesn't know the system very well. Obviously joined the Bears late after the settlement. Came in, had to wait to start his practices. So he's got a lot of catching up to do. Bell again gets a hard 4 yards.
Here's some number 1 picks the Bears have just picked up recently across the board there. Roy Williams had some successful years in Detroit, fell off a little bit last couple years in Dallas, but you know, Chris Spencer late, great addition. Really, you saw him on McCoy make some plays earlier. Vernon Golson, they've gotten some production out of these guys just tonight. But Chris Spencer gives them some depth in that offensive line they have not had the luxury of in the last few years.
Enderle being blitzed, he throws and completes it to Chris Adams. Undrafted rookie out of Texas El Paso, Chris Adams. 6'3", tall, lanky receiver. Pickup of 16 and a first down.
I tell you, here's Enderle, helps to be 6'4", 240. Pressure in the pocket, no big deal. Stand up tall and deliver.
That's a good pass.
Heck yeah, right in the money.
Bears have moved down to the Bills' 26-yard line. This drive started at the Bears' 20.
Good hands catch there by Chris Adams.
Enderle looking to go deep, and that's batted down. He was looking for Chris Adams.
You know, this is one that the ball gets batted, but Enderle kind of holds the ball. And those pass rushing guys, they see that you're taking a short drop. They know they're not going to get there, so they just start looking for your eyes, and they put their hands up where you're at. So that ball's got to come out quick.
Andrea Jones, Dane Sansenbacher, Chris Adams, the three wide receivers. Draw play, Khalil Bell. Bell inside the 20, flag on the play.
That's too bad. That was good movement that time by the offensive line. Levi Horn, the right guard.
Offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Call it on Edwin Williams, who joined the Bears last season. They got him from the Washington Redskins, and he actually wound up starting a game last season. And certainly they hope he'll provide depth on the offensive line.
And that's the thing, coming into last year at this time, I mean, it was makeshift not only with the starters, but the backups. They didn't have a lot of experience anywhere. And Edwin Williams did come in, get some valuable time last year during the regular season. And now he's locked in with the guy in the other guard spot, Levi Horn, in a roster battle right now.
Ball back to the 36. And a timeout called by the Bears. Enderle comes to the sideline to talk to Mike Martz. We'll check out the play calls.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by the Miller Lite aluminum pint. With a resealable cap, wider mouth, and that great Pilsner taste you love. It's 16 ounces of Bears pride. Taste greatness.
Early third quarter, Bears on a beautiful night. We had the thunderstorms earlier in the evening when things have calmed down.
How about that sod, huh? That we got pulled up all, big topic all week long.
That was a tough one last week. Disappointment that the Fan Fest had to be canceled, but they worked on it all week and they've gotten it ready for play. Enderle's pass batted down. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Bears.
Got a few passes batted down. Hey, they just got some pressure right in his face, and you know, I think he had an open receiver coming up down the middle. But you know, Enderle, like you had mentioned before, he's a 4-year starter at Idaho. Threw for over 10,000 yards. Not the most nimble guy. The total offense was 9,900.
Have to get to the 16 for a first down. Enderle pressured. They've got him, and that'll be it. The whistle stops the play. Lionel Dotson leading the rush for Buffalo.
There you go, right here. Got a little matchup right there. Gets defensive end. Josh Davis gets his shoulders turned just a little bit. And Alex Carrington does a good job of just turning him and beelining it straight to the quarterback. There was really nothing Enderle could do there other than, you know, if he had some escapability, that's one thing. But as far as doing his job, there's nothing really he could do with that.
6th sack of the game for the Bills. Adam Podlash nose down, kicks it high. There's a flag, 2 flags downfield. Fair catch called for by Denara Searcy for Buffalo. We'll check out the flag on the play. Jeff Triplett coming over to the sideline. You can see an immediate change with the second offensive line for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you see all the undrafted free agents going in kind of at the same time. You know, most teams got their basic solid depth there, maybe 1 or 2 deep, but then
Too many men. Receiving team, penalties mid-decline. First down.
So the Bills will get the ball at the 15-yard line with the Bears leading 7-3.
Bears preseason football is presented by Chase, the official bank of the Bears since 1934.
Now let's check out our Subway game breaker and the game tracker. It was a 9-play, 52-yard drive, and Caleb Haney going back to pass on 3rd and goal, saw the opening and took it in. 4-yard touchdown for Caleb Haney, giving the Bears the lead. And the Bills start from the 15. Levi Brown in at quarterback. First-year man out of Troy. Johnny White, the running back, and a gain of 3 on the play. Bears have Craig Stelz, number 20, and Chris Conte, number 47, at safeties. Corey Graham and Zach Bowman are the cornerbacks.
It's a nice little shot of March over with the quarterbacks, and right in the middle of it, Jay Cutler with all the pictures.
Oh, big hit by Bowman, knocked the ball loose. That pass incomplete. Zach Bowman with a hit on Paul Hubbard, and Bowman is shaken up on the play.
That's scary. Like Bowman got his head down a little bit. See Hubbard coming across there. Well, maybe it's just the shoulder. You always worry about the head getting involved in that situation. That's pure shoulder by Zach Bowman. Hopefully he's all right.
Back at Soldier Field, with the Bears leading the Bills 7-3. Bears will play a week from Monday at the Meadowlands in New Jersey against the Giants on ESPN. We'll be back with you 2 weeks from tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. Bears at the Tennessee Titans.
Looks a little woozy, doesn't he?
Yes. Zach Bowman coming off the field under his own power.
It looked like he turned that shoulder in, and it just looked like he lost a little leverage when his feet stopped, and he took most of that force.
Here's 3rd and 7 for the Bills. 4-man rush. The pass is complete. And looks like he's got enough for the first down. Pass to Naaman Roosevelt. Let's go down to the field to Lou Canellis. Lou.
All right, Sam, I'm standing alongside Johnny Knox. Nice job with that kickoff return. You know, people forget, 2 years ago you went to the Pro Bowl as a kickoff returner. And then last year, just 9 kickoff returns. Are you glad to be back in that spot?
Yeah, it was a little, felt a little different going out there, getting a kickoff return, but it felt good just to get out there and knock a little rust off.
With Roy here, do you like the competition?
Oh yeah, if there's no competition, you ain't gonna get better. A guy like him, he's a vet. He's been around, so it's gonna be a battle each day when we're out here.
How have you improved? I know in the offseason you put on 10 pounds of muscle. You're absolutely more bulk than you were a year ago to fight off those defensive backs. How much better are you today than when we saw you in the NFC Championship game against the Packers?
I haven't got a chance to use it my size how I want to yet, but I got bigger, to turn a 5-yard catch into a long run. So that was my goal for this year, to get a little bit bigger so I can make bigger plays.
I looked at the numbers. The last 3 times this team won last year, at the end of the regular season, the offense averaged 39 points a game. Could the offense be that good this season?
We could be better than that. That was our first year in the offense. We was kind of just scattered around a little bit. This year we're coming into offense a lot more confident. We know where to be, and we're looking to just pick up where we left off.
You look good. Good to see you. Nice job with that kickoff return.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny Knox, guys, back to you.
And a punt return as well, Lou. It's been a good night for Johnny Knox. And we thank Lou for that report from the sideline, brought to you by North Shore University Health System. Bills 3rd and 10. Levi Brown goes short to Johnny White out of the backfield. And Craig Stelz and Chris Conte, the 2 safeties, combine on the tackle.
That was nice to see. Chris Conte, 3rd-round draft pick out of Cal. Good size, 6'2", couple 100 pounds. Good closing the ball that time. keeping the receiver from getting the first down. Smart player.
Went to Cal as a cornerback, switched to safety last year in his senior year.
Yeah.
And the Bears took him in the 3rd round.
Good range. Like you said, he played both corner and safety. Versatility is the name of the game today. You got to be able to move around and fill in when guys get hurt, especially as a young player.
DJ Moore is back deep to receive Brian Moorman's punt. And a flag on the play, could be running into the kicker against the Bears. Looks like Eddie Williams.
I'm not so sure he didn't get a piece of that.
Running into the kicker, 43 of the return team. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
He got awfully, if he didn't get it, he got awfully close. Well, that's a good call. That's dangerous.
It's Reed Forrest, the backup punter for Buffalo, and took him out.
It's a game in inches, man. That was inches from being ugly.
So the running into the kicker penalty results in a first down. Bills have the ball at their own 38-yard line.
Now, those are the type of penalties you expect to see with limited preseason reps in practice, right? Not a lot of live bullets going on in practice. You almost have to expect some of that.
That's a nice play up front by Mario Addison, rookie out of Troy, making the tackle on Johnny White. Addison, number 78. Stephen Paya, the 2nd-round draft pick of the Bears out of Oregon State, is in, number 92. Tank Tyler, number 93, is in at tackle as well. Former Kansas City Chief.
That's the guy that, Marinelli before the game was talking about, is that it's such a disadvantage along with all these other rookies because they did not get the reps in that offseason to learn all the techniques. And, there's such a thought process going on that sometimes that gets in the way of your play.
White breaks a tackle. Dom DeSico, the middle linebacker, wraps him up.
Here's Paya, now coming out of Oregon State. The Pat Tillman Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. And on defensive tackle, you don't get there by stats. You get there because everyone in the league is talking about this guy's a beast and unblockable. Good size, 6'1", 300 pounds, quick off the ball, low center of gravity. I'm thinking in college, this guy's unblockable one-on-one. He's going to provide the Bears that kind of penetration up front that you just can't get enough of.
Part of that competition, 6-man competition at tackle for the Bears. Brown steps up and throws, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Joshua Moore, number 31. Let's get an update on Zach Bowman from Lou Canellis on the sideline.
Bad news for Bowman, Sam. Done for the night. Suffered a head injury on that play. It's a tough break for Bowman. He's competing with Tim Jennings for a job on this defense.
Hard hit on Paul Hubbard, the receiver. And Bowman.
Hubbard's not
done.
small.
Yeah.
About 220, 6'2", 220.
DJ Moore back deep at his own 20-yard line. Reed Forrest gets it away. No flag this time. Here comes DJ Moore. Flag on the play as Moore got to the 30-yard line. Seeing a lot more flags here in the second half. And that's more like a first preseason game. The first half was very efficient.
During the return, illegal block in the back. 64 to the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
J.C. Brignoni was the man called on the penalty. Double up numbers. You saw it, Baptiste as well. 2 64s on the squad.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast, Motorola, your local Ford stores, and Ticket Exchange.
Back at Soldier Field. See that first down marker? That's brought to you by Lexus, and we thank them for joining us. Khalil Bell. As the Bears start from the 19, Bell gets about 5 on the carry. Bears have Number 86, Kyle Adams, rookie out of Purdue, in at tight end. Frank Omiel is the left tackle, number 68. Edwin Williams, number 70, the left guard. Chris Spencer.
Best nickname on the
center.
team, I'll tell you in a second.
On Omiel?
On Omiel.
There's Bell. Good blocking up front. That's a first down. Good running by Khalil Bell.
All right, best nickname on the team right here, Frank Omiel. This is going to date me by saying this, but us old guys, remember the Inspector Gadget? Little cartoon Inspector Gadget, Don Adams? He had the long extension arms. Mike Tice last year started calling him Frank Omiel Inspector Gadget.
All right. Let's hope everybody gets it. See, Mike remembers. You remember. I remember. First down. Enderle to put it up. Gets time. Puts it up deep for Chris Adams. A good grab at the Bills' 40-yard line.
Nice pitch and catch, huh? A couple of young guys trying to make a play. Enderle does a nice job of taking advantage of the protection. How about laying it up over the top of the backside corner and just letting Chris Adams go run for it? Yeah.
31-yard pickup.
Been a great time for Inspector Gadget arms right there. You don't remember that? The guy had extended arms?
Yes.
He could reach across the street with those things.
Another play fake. Enderle gets more time. And flags on the play. The pass intended for Sanzenbacher. And the flags are downfield. That is interference against the Bills.
Tell you what, that guy just took a shot to the chops right there.
Previous
Pass
possession.
interference. Defense, number 23. Automatic first down.
Previous possession, Enderle didn't get good protection. Here he's gotten real good protection.
Yeah, nice move there by Dave Sanzenbacher. Talked about him coming out of the break in the halftime. He's opened up a lot of eyes. That's a nice little move right there.
24-yard penalty gives the Bears the ball on the Buffalo 15.
Here he is right here in the slot.
Kyle Adams motions. Enderle looking, runs. And he got tripped up on the play. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Bears in the red zone again. And the red zone is brought to you by Sports Authority. Last time the Bears were in, they put it in the end zone.
Now you have to think down here that you'd love to have a little more choices playbook-wise than probably what the Bears have with this group. Enderle being a rookie free agent, probably not a lot of expansion in the playbook down here.
3 wide receivers. Unrea Jones is in. Pass to Jones. And he's got it as he fights his way down to the 10-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 5.
This is a pretty good job. Enderle just feeling just one step. Puts it right on him. Good, nice catch in traffic there by Unrea Jones. Good size. 6 feet, couple 100 pounds.
Jones was waived by Arizona and the Bears picked him up.
Yeah, bumped around a couple practice squads.
Enderle's numbers 4 for 6.
Got to keep fighting in this league. Get a chance.
On 3rd and 5. Enderle waits and the pass dropped and intercepted. Off the hands of Kyle Adams, the tight end. Aaron Williams with the interception, the rookie out of Texas.
All right, here's what happens to a young quarterback sometimes. We see what happens here with a flag.
Flag on the play.
He used the hands to the face. 79 of the offense. That penalty's declined. First down.
All right, as luck would have it, probably long before that would have happened, Enderle was late getting the ball to Adams. All right, here's the last play. You're going to see Davis here, the right tackle. He's the guy that gets flagged. But well before that ever happens, watch Enderle right there. Kyle Adams is open right there at the top coming out of the break, and he's late with the ball. Then the hands to the face happens. Then the interception happens. Young quarterback doesn't get a lot of reps in practice. That's all that is. He's got the ability to make that play in that read. Just needs a little time.
And on the sideline, checking things out, looking at the pictures from upstairs. Bills take over at the 5-yard line. Coming toward the end of the third quarter. Bears with a 7-3 lead. And a good run as Stelz makes the tackle. Joshua Nesbitt, rookie out of Georgia Tech. But a flag on the play, which we'll check out. Craig Stelz brought him down.
Might have got a block in the back over there on Joshua Moore. Maybe, hopefully.
There is no foul for an illegal block in the back. It's one of the plays of the first down.
Now you thought it might have been.
It had all the makings.
Ball out to the 26-yard line. Gain of 21 on the play. Good run by Nesbitt.
Well, speaking of Joshua Moore, he's a cornerback that the Bears drafted last year up here at the top. Not much playing time last year. Smaller guy, but good active cover corner trying to make a splash here this preseason.
Now it's Nesbitt taking the snap, the direct snap, and spinning across the 30-yard line and playing much the way Brad Smith did in the first half for the Bills. Nesbitt's a big kid at 6'1", 222. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Opening preseason game. Bears have run the ball well at times. They've scored the only touchdown of the game and lead it 7-3.
Welcome back to Soldier Field. Luke and Ellis as we get set for fourth quarter action alongside Bears quarterback Jay Cutler. Out there for just a series, but it had been since the NFC Championship since you went against anyone other than your teammates. How did it feel?
Felt good. You know, you get into camp and, you know, the first week's a lot of fun. Second week, you know, you get a little bit tired of going against the same guys. So it's always fun to go against a different defense and see some different looks. So, you know, just some good things and bad things. Have to take a look at it.
79 times you were either sacked or knocked down last year. I don't know if you want me to bring up those times, but tell me why this year the offensive line will be much better.
You know, we got some experienced guys there. We went out and got a first-round draft pick. Jamarcus Webb's played tackle for us last year. So we've got some guys that can play football for us, and they know the system. They know what to expect from it. So, you know, like I said a couple weeks ago, I think they're going to surprise some people.
You physically slimmed down over the offseason, lost 11 pounds if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Worked on your footwork. Why the extra work this offseason?
We had a lot of time. You know, it's just getting that point in my career where, you know, we got really close last year, and, you know, just fires you up a little bit more. And this offense, you know, your footwork has to be impeccable, and if it's not, you're going to miss some things. And then going back and looking at things on tape, there's some stuff that I left out there. So just wanted to clean up some stuff, and so far it's worked well for me.
Olin's gone. Are you ready to be the leader of this offense?
Yeah, you know, been here, it's going on my third year. It doesn't happen overnight. It kind of takes a little bit of time, get guys get used to you. So we got a lot of leaders on this team. That's one thing we're not short of.
Jay, thank you.
Thank you.
Jay Cutler joining us, guys.
Good words from the Bears quarterback. Thanks, Lou. Reed Forrest into punt as the Bears defense came through with a good stop. Good long kick. Dane Sanzenbacher has it go over his head, and he picks it up the 4-yard line. Trying to get outside. And he does. And a good return by Sanzenbacher. Back to the 24-yard line, but there's a flag down at the 9-yard line. 21-yard return. We'll check out the flag. A lot more flags here in the second half. After a
special teams.
A good first half.
During the return, illegal block in the back.
There's your illegal block in the back.
I'm just a man ahead of my time.
First down.
So that negates a good return. The Bears will start from their own 5-yard line with a 7-3 lead. Let's get up-to-date news from the NFC North with United fly around the division. Packers are trailing at Cleveland 24-17, but Aaron Rodgers, while he was in there, 6 for 8, 74 yards. Donovan McNabb starting for the Minnesota Vikings, 6 for 11, 40 yards. Tennessee leads the Vikings 14-3. Last night, the Lions defeated the Bengals 34-3. Look at Matthew Stafford's numbers. If he stays healthy, Lions could be a dangerous team this year.
Yeah, they could. talent on that team now.
Khalil Bell pushed back after he got to the 13-yard line.
You know, coming into the season, Sam, everything you hear around the league saying, well, the Bears could easily be the last place team in this division. You know, not a lot of respect based on last year. That was a Super Bowl defense, terrific special teams. The offense was 30th in the league. And I think that's why there's just not that widespread respect around the league right now. But the Bears are very capable of doing some damage, I think.
Bell with Spencer giving him a good block. Khalil Bell up across the 35. He's out of bounds at the 35. Spencer leading the way. That's a good play.
Who couldn't run through this hole right here? I just got a knee replacement. I could get 5 on that. Khalil Bell's got some burst, though, doesn't he? I mean, that's pretty good. Chris Spencer, center, got some athletic ability getting around the corner like that. That's good looking crew.
I like the way he pulled on that play. And Bell has run very well in this game. Marion Barber ran well in the first half. There's some good competition going on. Enderle with time. Screen pass to Bell. Turns it into a big gainer. Upended and falls forward to the Bills' 46-yard line.
Whoa. Talking about coming, making your presence felt. Khalil Bell just ripped off the big run. Now they fake it to him. Set up the play action screen pass back to him. And look at that block right there by Levi Horn. And Khalil Bell does a nice job of finishing off the run. Just, you know, he's gassed right now because he hasn't got this much playing time in a while. But, heck, he'd come out and made his presence known tonight, huh, Sam?
Yeah, very much so. Harvey Unga, number 45, who got injured last year and missed last season, is in the lineup, and he's dropped for a loss on the play. Unga, out of BYU, was drafted in the supplemental draft last year.
Great all-around back at BYU. A lot of catches.
Their all-time leading rusher. Khalil Bell, 9 carries, 63 yards rushing, 2 catches, 46 yards. That's a good night's work for a man who is listed as number 4 on the depth chart.
You got that right.
Enderle sends everybody out. And the pass is caught by Sensenbacher. By Chris Adams. Adams has had a few catches in this game.
Good sized target there. Chris Adams, 6'3", 195 pounds. Undrafted free agent out of UTEP. That's his quarterback. Of course he's going to find him in a preseason game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Enderle, I'm thinking of term Vidito. Vidito, the other foot quarterback. He was Chris Adams' quarterback at Utah. But, yeah, he's done a good job of making some strong catches inside, across the middle.
This is the opportunity that these young players have to show what they can do. I mean, in all likelihood, the Bears will keep 5, maybe 6 wide receivers, provided that 6 guys shows he belongs.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody feels it's Dane Sensenbacher who has the lead, but the young guys are trying to show the way.
It's early, and you never know. And this is where it all comes to happen right now. You can play great in the preseason practices, like Sensenbacher's opened a lot of eyes, but you come in the preseason game and you've got competition because other guys start making plays too. He's got to keep up.
Khalil Bell back at running back. Bounces off one man, still spinning. Nice run by Bell, fighting his way inside the 30, close to the 28-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. Marion Barber, in his first appearance in a Bears uniform, had a strong showing in the first half.
Khalil Bell starting to run like Marion Barber, huh?
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 3rd and 3.
Comes the blitz off the edge.
3 wide receivers. Bell gets very close to the first down line. Let's see where they spot it.
It'll be about a half a yard
short. A little short.
Be nice to put in a couple tight ends right now and give the ball right back to Khalil Bell.
Way to call it. Way to call it. Andre Smith, number 85, comes in along with Kyle Adams, number 86. There are two tight ends out there, both to the right side. 4th and half a yard, and the Bears call timeout. Bears with a 7-3 lead, trying to keep this drive alive.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by North Shore University Health System. 4 hospitals, a vast physician network, and more than 75 medical offices. At North Shore University Health System, excellence is all around you.
The Chicago Bears Network presents Bears Game Night Live, brought to you by Toyota, following the final word on Fox Chicago every Sunday night during the regular season. Be sure to catch the special season preview Sunday, September 4th. 4th and half a yard. Bell, first down. Went to the right side. They had the 2 rookie tight ends in.
All right, man, this is reality TV. I know this isn't high-flying football. This is game 1 of the preseason. Here's the 2 tight ends that need to make this free agents, right? They got to get off the ball. We're running the ball right behind them. Look at them wash that side of the ball down, and the Bears pick up the first down. It's almost like they get that block, and they stay on the team another week. That's what this is right now.
They play power football. Will Tafoe is the fullback. Enderle. Tafoe holds on. He got wrapped up after a short gain. Let's go down to the field. Lou Canellis has Brian Urlacher. Take it away, Lou.
Thanks, Sam. How did it feel to get back out there and hit someone other than a teammate?
Felt good. It was fun. You know, we didn't do what we wanted to do. Didn't get any takeaways, but it was fun just to get a chance to run around, full speed, and hit somebody.
Thoughts on the way the defense has played tonight? I'll tell you what, Amobi Okoye is really making a name for himself.
Yeah, he did a good job, and a lot of guys did a good job. It's hard to tell in these games, you know, especially with the field being as what it is. But it was just fun to get out there and run around and get the crowd into it a little bit.
You and I chatted a lot during the off-season. You were working out on your own at home because you've got 10 acres of land. What would you do there?
Running at home. I lifted at the gym, but I got all that room. I can run. Well, same thing I would do at House Hall, just the running drills that Rusty would make us do. So I did them at home.
Last year, this team, this defense, allowed only 18 points a game, 4th best in the NFL. Why is this year's defense, if healthy, better?
Another year in the system, I think, and we've gotten better. I made a couple additions. You know, we're gonna be deep on defense, which is good. I think Major's gonna step up and do a good job for us this year. Our corners are good. I just think another year in the system will be better.
I hate to age you, but 33 now, right?
I think I'm the oldest guy.
You are the oldest guy.
Hey, age is just a number. That's all.
You look good and you feel good?
I feel great. Yeah, you know, this new CBA thing with practice and stuff is great for us older guys.
Good to see you.
You too, Lou. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Brian. Guys?
All right, Lou, thanks to Brian Urlacher. He's ready for another season. He had an outstanding year last year.
Yeah, good game today.
There are his defensive buddies. Peppers, Adonijay, the youngster Paya.
Henry Melton going to make a presence for himself.
3rd and long for the Bears, 3rd and 12. Enderle, nobody open, pressured, tries to get away but can't, and is brought down at the 27-yard line. And the field goal kicking unit comes out. Robbie Gold, who came close on a 56-yarder late in the first half.
About as good as it gets from this distance right here. 45 yards.
Adam Podlesh, the holder, the long snapper, the veteran Patrick Manley. 14th year in the league. Ooh, get that clump of dirt out of there. On the way, and it's good. Robbie Gold from 45, 10-3, Bears lead it. One of the best in the league. As Eric said, from that distance, he's money. 7-point lead for the Bears.
This preseason game is a copyrighted presentation of the National Football League and the Chicago Bears. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Chicago Bears and the National Football League is prohibited.
Sam Rosen, Eric Kramer, Lou Canellis at Soldier Field. Bears with a 10-3 lead. Just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Robbie Gould will kick it off. Robbie Smith has seen a lot of good things from his team. Gould's kick into the end zone. Brought back by Marcus Easley. Spins and keeps battling across the 20. Good return by Easley up to the 22-yard line. Back up tight end for the Bears. Kyle Adams in on the play. Back at Soldier Field, the Bills start from the 22-yard line. Levi Brown, number 10, is the quarterback. Earlier we asked you who the Bears' toughest non-divisional opponent will be in the Toyota Fan Zone question. This is how you voted. The Eagles. The Dream Team, 59%. Falcons, Saints, 19% each, and the Chargers.
Bears got to play all those guys?
Great pressure from Mario Addison, number 78.
Yeah,
rookie out of Troy.
That's taking advantage of no one deciding to block you.
That's his former teammate, the quarterback Levi Brown. So
yeah,
Addison
they don't
has
like
seen
each other.
plenty of them.
They don't like each other anymore.
Gotcha.
Yep. See you back in class.
You know what? On that fan zone question, all of those opponents are tough.
Oh, the Chargers get 3%. No, everyone thinks the West Coast is soft.
Chargers will be better.
I live out there. I know I'm soft, but I think the Chargers will be pretty good.
Brown's pass that was tipped. Nick Reed, number 70, got a hand in on that. Reed, 6'3", 252, out of Oregon. Played with Seattle.
Not big, but active all night. Been around the ball. Good hustle.
I mentioned earlier, there are double-up numbers. There are 88 players in camp. So a lot of double-up numbers. You saw 70 on offense is Edwin Williams. This is 70 defense, Nick Reed. And not sure what the delay is here. All right.
First game for the refs, too.
Spotting the...
There we go.
All right, got the markers set. 3rd and 10 from the 22.
Oh, maybe 3rd and 9.5.
All right, they gave him a little bit. Bears have 5 defensive backs in. Pressure on Brown. His pass intercepted by Mike Holmes. And he's brought down at the 29-yard line. The rookie out of Syracuse, he's made a couple of plays in the game.
What was Urlacher saying? No picks tonight, no turnovers. Here we go, baby. That's Bear defense right there. Gotta love the turnovers. Levi Brown, young quarterback, stares his guy down and doesn't see Holmes coming off the edge. Just follows Levi looking there. Nice anticipation. Good athletic catch, huh?
Nice play. First takeaway for the Bears. Mike Holmes, undrafted rookie, with the interception. Trevor Vidito, out of Texas El Paso, is in at quarterback for the Bears. 6'2", 220, 23 years old, undrafted rookie. Getting a chance here with just over 5 minutes remaining in the game.
He was Chris Adams' quarterback.
There you go.
I knew we were going to try to get this connection made tonight. Chris Adams over here down the bottom.
2 tight ends in, both to the right side. Andre Smith and Kyle Adams, no relation to Chris. And on the carry, Harvey Unga with a good cutback. Gets down to the 20-yard line. The Chicago Bears Network presents head coach Lovie Smith on the Bears Insider Radio Show, brought to you by North Shore University Health System, airing Monday nights at 7 p.m. during the season on WBBM News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
And I'll tell you who's been impressive here is these two young tight ends, Kyle Adams and Andre Smith. They're going to run right over here again.
Power right, fullback Eddie Williams with a block in there. Harvey Unga, big running back. That's power football. The Bears have a first down.
Okay, I don't want to give away the farm here, and I hope Lovie doesn't hate me for this, but he got excited. Look, when we talked about these free agent tight ends tonight, look at the job Andre Smith is doing there, walking a dog at tight end. He locked on that guy and blocked him for a good 4 seconds, sealing that edge for Unga that time on the run. Excellent block by Andre Smith.
6'5", 267. One thing about the Bears tight ends,
they've gotten bigger, haven't they?
They've got big tight ends in camp.
Rookie out of Virginia Tech, undrafted free agent. Something tells me they like him.
Unga looking for some opening and gets down to the 14-yard line. Bears with a 10-3 lead and possession and just running the football. There's Andre Smith coming to the sideline. The other man you mentioned, Kyle Adams, 6'4", 255. He's out of Purdue.
They throw the ball a lot of Purdue, though, don't they?
They do.
That doesn't work here.
Oh, okay.
Not the tight end, man.
Don't tell that to Kellen Davis.
Yeah, exactly. This would be a great place for Kellen Davis, right in the red zone.
Unga powers straight ahead. Boy, look at that. I mean, look at that.
That's Iwo Jima.
Wow. They let him go. The legs kept moving, and Harvey Unga got a first down inside the 5.
He got hit at the 15 and ended up at the 5. Watch this thing. All right, I'm exaggerating. He gets hit at the 12. And we didn't see any Bills run around the front of that pile trying to stop that big thing, did we?
First and goal. It's a little bit of a smile on Mike Martz's face.
It's amusing. It's amusing.
Down to the 2-minute warning. Bears have a 10-3 lead and looking to add to it and put the game away.
Bears preseason football is brought to you by Chicagoland Cadillac Dealers, Geico, Chase, and Miller Lite.
Bears first and goal at the 5-yard line. Trevor Vidito, the quarterback. Harvey Unga slipped. Wanted to cut back inside. He slipped and goes down at the 5. Get your day started with Good Day Chicago. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. where they're putting the news back into morning news. Don't forget, Bears' second game a week from Monday on ESPN at the Giants. We'll be back with you 2 weeks from tonight at Tennessee. Time to look at the University of Phoenix game-changing moment. With a 10-3 lead. Here's that play, Eric.
Yep. Steal the deal in this game, especially if this goes in and the Bears score here to ice it up. Mike Holmes reading the quarterback's eyes. Young free agent DB out of Syracuse University. Good heads-up play there.
Second and goal. Unga stopped at the line of scrimmage. Bears keeping it very simple here. Basic handoffs.
Got a little penetration that time over Chris Spencer. I'm sorry, not Chris Spencer. Johan Asiata, the guard.
Third and goal at the 5. Bills have used 2 timeouts. And you see on the scoreboard at the top of your screen the little yellow markers there. Buffalo with 1 timeout remaining. Bears with 1 timeout remaining. A lot of good things for the Bears tonight. Played a lot of players. A lot of backups got valuable time. Starting offensive line played a full half and did well in the first half. The fullback, Will Tafoe, splits way out to the left. Unga in the backfield. Play fake and the sack. Ball popped loose, but he's down. Trevor Vidito sacked on the play at the 14-yard line. Kellen Hurd, first-year man out of Memphis, with a sack. That's the 9th sack of the game for Buffalo.
Oh, had to be a missed assignment. I was looking out up at Will Tafoe up top. You'll see him crack block on somebody, but looked like Johan Asiata again was chasing the guy. And I'm not saying that was his fault, but it looked like somebody had a blown assignment up front.
Robbie Gould has a 45-yard field goal. To his credit tonight, he missed one from 56.
Hey,
didn't miss by much. It was long enough. He just missed wide in the first half. He'll attempt a 33-yarder here.
How about this? In Chicago, of all places, Robbie Gould, the 5th best NFL kicker in history inside of 40 yards. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty impressive. Ask Kevin Butler how hard it is kicking his place.
Spencer Lanning, the backup punter, is the holder here. And he pulls it wide. He missed. It's funny, different holder.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I don't know if it's psychological.
Yep. I doubt it. He's looking up like he blew it. Looks like good snap, good hold. He just pulled it. That's why it's the preseason. But 85% this guy hits inside of 40 yards. That's impressive. Oh.
Man.
And no flag, huh? No one got knocked over, no big deal.
Robbie Gould misses. The Bears lead is 7. The Bills have 1:41 left on the clock and no timeouts remaining.
No.
Brown throws to Hubbard. And he is brought down. Combination of Antares Bryan and Mike Holmes.
I'm sorry, Sammy. We'll see how gassed this front four is for the Bears now if they can continue to put pressure on the quarterback. Watch Stephen Payan inside from 92.
A completion to Felton Huggins. Third and 3. And Brown's pass complete for a first down. That's to Naaman Roosevelt. Ball at the 39-yard line.
Rod Marinelli's just letting the defense run, man. Just play. There are no blitzes. One-on-one pass rush right here.
Mike Lamphere is in, a tackle. That's Hubbard, wrapped up by Holmes. And the linebacker, Tresor Baptiste, number 64, rookie out of Texas A&M Kingsville.
Buffalo's going to have to take a big chunk at taking a shot down the field here quickly.
Surprised they haven't spiked the ball to stop the clock. That pass incomplete. Intended for Roosevelt. Once again, Baptiste and Holmes covering on the play. There's Tresor Baptiste, number 64.
Nope, so far doing a good job of just keeping the short throws in front of him, making a tackle, breaking up a pass.
15 seconds to go. Got to take a shot down the field.
Yeah. Not one substitution yet. Not one substitution yet for the Bears D-line on this drive.
3 wide receivers right. Brown throws wide open. Huggins with a catch. The big hit by Winston Venable takes him down. With the clock running, does he have time to spike it? No. The game is over. And the Bears have won the preseason opener 10-3.
They look good tonight. A lot of good things happen. A lot of good plays made by a wide range of people, both sides of the ball.
Let's take a look at tonight's Miller Lite players of the game. 2 running backs, Marion Barber and Khalil Bell. Look at those numbers. Barber, 7 carries, 45 yards. including a 12-yard run. Khalil Bell, 13 carries, 73 yards, 2 catches for 46. Nice numbers as he looks for a spot on the team. Don't forget, Bears on ESPN a week from Monday night at the Giants. We'll be back with you from Tennessee 2 weeks from tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. Bears at the Tennessee Titans. For Eric Kramer and Lou Canellis, this is Sam Rosen. The season opener, the preseason opener, won by the Bears 10-3.